In this video, we're going over the new best settings to use here in Modern Warfare 3 Season 5. This is the season you guys are going to drastically improve your aim, accuracy, and gun skill and drop your first MGB nuke since that has returned. If that sounds good to you, feel free, drop a like in the video, subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications, and let me know down in the comment section right now, what are your current sensitivity settings? Because I have a feeling a lot is about to change. So, as you guys can see here, I play with an Xbox Elite controller on PC with one paddle on the back set up for jumping, the short paddle. Now, these settings are going to work no matter what controller you are using and also no matter what console you are playing on or if you are playing with a controller on PC like me. Now, even though I am running an Xbox Elite controller with paddles on the back, I still rock the tactical button layout. This is, in my opinion, the absolute best button layout to use. It's going to remap the crouch and prone button, so you're going to be able to get in and out of cover a lot faster and also easier, and perform a drop shot by just pressing down on the right thumbstick, and you're still going to be able to aim down sight. This is overall going to be very important if you are trying to run and gun, and considering the fact the meta has shifted to a lot of movement class setups in multiplayer, this is going to be very important. If you guys are not playing on tactical, I highly recommend making the switch right now if you are trying to run and gun. Now, everything else here is going to be pretty much the same. I have not made any adjustments except I have turned off my vibration. I don't like playing with vibration because it's going to be unnecessarily rumbling my controller and also potentially throwing off my aim and accuracy at those longer ranges, which I know for a fact a lot of people are struggling with. Anybody can take somebody out at close range is long range where things are going to count, and I don't want to have any vibration messing with that. Now, my Xbox Elite controller is actually a month old. I did update and replace mine, still a Gen 1, so I do not have to adjust any of my dead zone settings. Now, for aiming, as you guys can see here, I'm running on 8 horizontal as well as 8 vertical. I have bumped up my sensitivity settings. The reason being is because I've been using a lot of run and gun max mobility setups. It's going to help out tenfold, especially if you are trying to take out multiple people at the same time at close ranges. I used to play on 6.6, but if you are still trying to bump up your aim, accuracy, and gun skill at longer ranges, I highly recommend you guys staying within that 4 to 6 window. But if you are trying to go ahead and take your gameplay to the next level and play a little bit faster, feel free to check out 8.8, but you want to make sure that your ADS sensitivity in multiplayer is set to 0.45, so there's less stick play when you are trying to go out at longer ranges. That's where everything is going to count when you are bumping up your sensitivity. Now, if you are still playing within that 4 to 6 sensitivity window, you do not want to play on 0.45. If you are playing on a 6 sensitivity, you want to go ahead and have this set up to 0.55. If you are playing on a 4 or a 5, you want to have this set to 0.75. You want to adjust your ADS sensitivity in multiplayer depending on your sensitivity, so there's less stick play. So even though you are speeding up your sensitivity, you are still slowing down your aim down sight sensitivity, so you are accurate at those longer ranges. Overall, a great way to counteract having, I guess, too much movement in your thumbstick. Everything else here is going to be the same. I'm still running on linear. This is going to be a great aim assist response curve type if you're trying to snap aim at those longer ranges and overall take out multiple players at the same time that are at range. Now, I have also went ahead and stayed on the Black Ops aim assist response curve. Now, you want to go ahead, or I should say the Black Ops aim assist type, excuse me. You want to stay on Black Ops, especially now because Black Ops 6 is right around the corner. It just makes sense to get used to the Black Ops aim assist, even though it's already so good in Modern Warfare 3. You want to stay on it just so you are good to go and used to the game, so when it releases, ready to go ahead and dominate some lobbies. If you're not on Black Ops, make the switch right now. You are not going to regret it. It's honestly the best aim assist type here in multiplayer anyway. Everything else is going to be the same. I've not made any changes. for the gameplay, the only thing I have went ahead and done is automatic tactical sprint is going to be turned on. This is so I can get around the map faster and overall just have the game feel a lot more faster than it really is. It's just one less button I have to press. That's, in my opinion, a massive W. Now, for the graphic settings, my FOV is set to 120. You want to play on the 100 to 120 FOV window, and make sure ADS field of view is set to affected, not independent. I know sometimes when you boot up Modern Warfare 3, it's going to be default on independent. Make sure you guys switch it to affected. It's going to allow you to have the same either iron sight or whatever optic you have mirrored for your FOV in game, meaning you're gonna have less visual recoil and a lot easier to control weapons at longer ranges. If you're ever watching a streamer or a video and you see that their gun might be slightly zoomed out when they're aimed down sight, or you're seeing that they have less recoil than you do, is a high chance that they are running on affected with the 110 to 120 FOV window, so you are going to be able to control your weapon a lot easier. This is going to be a setting that if you're not running currently, as soon as you make the switch, you're going to see a drastic, and I mean drastic, improvement to your gameplay. So make sure you guys make this change right now. Everything else here is gonna be the same. I've not made any adjustments. Some things you want to turn off are world motion blur. These are terrible settings to have on, as well as weapon motion blur. Do not have both of these on, because if you do, your game is gonna have a very weird and annoying haze and fuzziness to it. You're not gonna see people in close quarters, especially if they're in corners. So make sure you guys turn all this off. And also, if somebody is in a dark corner, it's chalked. You are not gonna be able to see them. So make sure you guys have world motion blur and weapon motion blur disabled here. Now, my film grain is turned all the way off. This is because I record and play on the same computer. And something else, I have went ahead and made a change that have inverted flashbang turned on, so my screen isn't completely annoying when I do get flashbang. So that's why I go ahead and make that change there. Quality settings are going to be dependent on whatever computer or console you're on, as well as display settings. Now, they don't call me ears for nothing. The audio settings are going to be very important here in Modern Warfare 3 Season 5. Now, if you guys have a headset that you've bought within the last 7 years or a surround sound system, headphone bass boost is going to be absolutely phenomenal, making it a lot easier to pinpoint where gunfire is coming from, as well as footstep audio. This is going to keep you alive on those streaks, even if you don't have a UAV or an advanced UAV. If you're ever wondering how people know where other people are at and they're kind of pre-firing or pre-aiming a corner or a doorway, it's a high chance that they are hearing enemy footsteps or gunfire. So make sure you guys have these settings on. Now, everything else is going to be the same. The only thing I have adjusted is going to be my voice chat volume. I have this reduced down to 50% because people come on the game, you know, with their controller microphones, or, you know, you might be hearing their entire household through the mic. I don't want that blasting in my ear, going ahead and drowning out footstep or a gunfire. So that's why I go ahead and turn that down. Everything else here is going to be the same. The only thing I have also adjusted is my microphone is gonna be pushed to talk, just so I'm not annoying players, because obviously I'm talking. Imagine doing this in game, commentating while I'm playing. It'd be a nightmare for somebody, you know, on my team. So that's why I keep it respectful and I have push to talk enabled. But these settings are going to be pretty much the same. I've not made any adjustments besides the ones that are going to be either helping me out or, you know, looking out for my teammates. And then finally, for the interface settings, the only thing I recommend you guys doing for this is changing your mini map shape to square. Do not, I repeat, do not play on round. Round is absolutely horrible. Square is going to be a lot easier not only to see and read the mini map, but you're also going to be getting a bigger picture. Here in Season 5, since the MGB nuke has returned and the DNA bomb is gone, which means it's a lot harder to drop a nuke. Let me know down in the comment section if you guys want to see a video on how I explain how you guys can read and interpret the minimap. I feel like that'd be definitely important to do this season, considering the fact that the streaks are no longer counting toward the nuke, which in my personal opinion is kind of a bummer. I did like the DNA bomb over the MGB nuke. It just made the game a lot more fun, and it honestly was a little bit easier as well. But that's going to be the only setting I do recommend you guys changing under the interface tab. Nothing else is necessary. These are going to be the absolute best settings you guys should be rocking here in Modern Warfare 3 Season 5. Now remember, if you are trying to drastically improve your aim, accuracy, and gun skill, play within the 4 to 6 sensitivity window and adjust your AD sensitivity and multiplier accordingly. Now, if you're playing on a 4 or a 5, make sure you guys have this at 0.75. If you guys are playing on a 6, 0.55, you'll be good to go. If this video does help you guys out, which I feel like it will, make sure you drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, and also, hopefully, you guys drop your first MGB nuke. Catch you guys on the battlefield. Deuces.